ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930 present The Drive. Brought to you by Huntington Federal Savings Bank. Local then, local now. Member FDIC.
Welcome into the Thursday, March 24th edition. Your drive begins now on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. We're going to open up the phone lines for you. That's 877-420-TALK, 877-420-8255. Our phone line this hour brought to you by White Claw Hard Seltzer. It is made pure. The text line is open as well, 304-523-2275. Let me give that number again, 304-523-2275. We're back to March Madness tonight. Everybody set? You got your brackets out once again? Does anyone print those anymore? We're all using apps, right? We're all using ESPN app. We're all using CBS Sports, Yahoo. We're all using apps. Well, if you're still printing that out, though, I know some people actually do print those out. They're writing everything in. They just like the tactile feel of it, and I'm right there with them. But we got the action coming up for you tonight right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. From the West region, Arkansas is taking on Gonzaga, and Texas Tech is taking on Duke. And then in the South region, we've got Michigan and Villanova, and Houston and Arizona. You're going to hear coverage of all four of those games, and that is right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930, and on our sister station as well, Cat Sports 93.3 and 1340. We get underway with Arkansas and Gonzaga. So that's scheduled for a 7:09 tip. And then Michigan and Villanova will tip around 7:29, and so our radio coverage will go back and forth between the two. And then we'll do the same thing. Texas Tech taking on Duke. That is scheduled for a 9:39 tip tonight. And then Houston and Arizona coming up at a 9:59 scheduled tip, depending, of course, on what happens the game prior. So we'll have coverage of all those games. So if you can't watch it, or if you're going to be out tonight, can't necessarily be near your TV, we got you covered. You can do it right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. And again, on our sister station, Cat Sports 93.3 and 1340. Who do you like in this tonight? Who do you like? Arkansas, Gonzaga. Gonzaga is probably favored in this one. A lot of people have Gonzaga going all the way to the Final Four and maybe winning the championship. I'm in that camp. Again, I get it. Every time I pick Gonzaga, I get burned. Every time. If I don't pick them, I get burned. If I do pick them, I get burned. They owe me, so hopefully they'll get to the championship and win it this year. They owe me. So that's going to be the first game. And then I really don't have anyone in the fight tonight between Michigan and Villanova. I don't have anyone in that one. So that'll be one that I casually look at and keep an eye on. And then Texas Tech and Duke. I'm sure a lot of people would like to see Duke win only because it's Coach K's last go of it, and every game is his final game until the championship or he loses. Next game's not guaranteed, so this could be his final game tonight. Texas Tech, Duke. I'm hoping it's final game tonight. I'm hoping it's Texas Tech. Of course, now I'm playing for the bracket. I'm not playing for, hey, I think Coach K would be great to go out on top, one of the greatest coaches of all time. No, I'm playing bracket here. I need Texas Tech to win to knock some people out who have Duke. Because we're all so close right now in the office pool, I need Texas Tech to win. So that's probably not going to happen, but that's coming up tonight. And then Arizona, Houston. I only need Arizona to lose because there are a couple people that have picked Arizona to go to the championship. And I had Tennessee going to the Final Four. Now, I need Arizona to lose to knock out some potential points for other play. See, this is how I'm playing the bracket. I'm not playing, okay, I need all my teams to win because I've lost a couple of Final Four teams. I lost Tennessee. I lost Kentucky. I made a mistake. I picked the SEC. I'm not doing that again until next year, but I'm not doing that again. Not taking the SEC. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not doing that. So I need Houston to win tonight against Arizona. Again, we're playing in the office pool for, watch now, air quotes here, entertainment purposes only. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah. So that's what we've got coming up for you tonight. And then I've got our producer Ryan Sirk in studio today, and he's been sporting the USA soccer shirt all day here in the office. USA is taking on Mexico, and this is for World Cup qualifying. It's coming up tonight on CBS Sports Network, I believe also on Paramount Plus. I don't know how many people other than Ryan will be watching that. It is, after all, the regional semifinals here, the Sweet 16. So I don't know what's going to take priority in your household tonight, but you've got that as an option as well. I mean, Houston, Arizona, USA Soccer. Well, you tell me. Where are you going here with your watching? So how's your bracket holding up? That's our bracket check, and we'll take your calls, 877-420-TALK, 877-420-8255. Our text line, again, is 304-523-2275. Do you take Gonzaga over Arkansas tonight? Are you taking Texas Tech over Duke? Houston over Arizona? What's your bracket looking like right now? What do you need to happen? What do you want to see happen here? I personally am pulling for Gonzaga and Texas Tech and Houston. Michigan, Villanova, I have no dog in that fight. So those are the schools I'm pulling for tonight. Knowing my luck, Arizona will win. Duke will win. Gonzaga will lose. Knowing my luck. Arkansas will pull up an upset, and that will shatter the majority of the brackets in the office pool. I mean, a couple got shattered when Kentucky got beat. We lost a couple day one. Kentucky gets beat day one. Just blew out two people. And then Tennessee got beat, blew out two more. So right now, we got one person that's got Kansas winning it all, and I've got them in my championship game. And we got two people that have got Arizona winning it all. We have the majority of people picking Gonzaga. So we're all going to hit if Gonzaga gets it. It's just going to be, what other teams made it. Small bracket. I like playing in bigger brackets because if I'm going to lose, I'm going to know I'll lose early. 15 brackets, 4 of them are already blown out. So several people picking the same team. We all have like almost an equal share here, equal shot at that. I don't know. That's kind of no fun. I mean, I'd rather if I'm going to get beat, just beat me. I just want to get blown out. I don't want a close loss. Because then I'm thinking about it. Then I'm analyzing it. Hey, you were close. No, I don't want that. I don't want to be close. Either I want to win it all or I want destroyed. I mean, some people probably are saying, hey, look, no, you don't want to get destroyed. Yes, I do. I want to just get no doubt here. Just blow me up. Boom. You got decimated. If I can't win, I want to go out in a ball of fire if I can't win. I don't want to. Second place, third place, I'll be okay with that. Fourth place, man, I'm gonna be sick over it. I'll be mad. I'm gonna be super mad. I feel like if I finish fourth place, I'm gonna be mad. I can't finish last now because a couple people already got blown up. So if I can't win, I want devastated. Just because. I don't want to think about if I only made this choice or if I only made this choice. No, just put me out of my misery. Just devastate me. Just destroy me. I'm the same way when I'm playing fantasy hockey here. If it's a close loss, I don't like that. I don't accept that. I'm 19-2, by the way, in fantasy hockey. So here's the thing: if I get into the championship, because I got a first round bye now, playoffs coming up in a few weeks. If I get in a championship, if I can't win it, I don't want like a 1 point loss. I want either you crush me or I win. I'll take a 1 point win, but I don't want to take a 1 point loss. Either crush me or I win. That's how I want it to be. Completely. I want to go out in a blaze of failure. if I can't win. I want it to be massively, utterly destructive, ugly. I don't want any of these, well, if you'd only done this. No, I just want to completely just be devastated, because then I'm going to be mad. After I get devastated, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to fire myself back up. If I lose really close, it's going to have better luck next time. I'm going to be overanalyzing. I'm the same way with all kinds of sports. All kinds of things. If I can't win, well, don't give me. I don't want moral victories. See, hey, yeah, it was a close match. It was a close game. I don't want that. Don't give me moral victories. Either I win or take me out epically. Because if I lose like by a point, I'll be like, yeah, I could have beat them. Yeah, you're not as good as I think you are. I don't want that. Same thing with my sports. So I'm sure everyone else does their bracket completely different. So I have a shot at it. I got a chance of this. I'm second place right now in the bracket. The team that's first place has Tennessee as the champion, so they're going to fall by the wayside soon. It's just, can I hang on? Can I hang on? I'll take a 1-point victory. If I win by, we're doing the scoring system of 1 point, then 2 points, then 4 points, then 8 points, 16 points, 32 points. So we're doing that system. And I'll take a 1-point victory in the bracket pool. I mean, last year I had 40 correct. I had the most correct in the bracket, and I finished like 5th. And I hated that. Like, I had 40, I had the most correct, and you're probably laughing, 40 correct. Yeah, this kind of bracket we had here. I don't like that. I had 40 correct. I had 40 picks correct. If I would have picked Baylor over Gonzaga, I would have won the thing. So I'm happy Baylor's out because it cost me in my bracket last year. I mean, okay, let's be honest. The truth is, Paul Swann cost him the bracket last year. Cost me my bracket. Vince McMahon, WWE would come out, say you didn't, Vince McMahon didn't screw you over, you screwed you over. That's me right there. All right, we got baseball to talk about. We've got Marshall's softball to talk about. We got your phone calls and text in. You can't let me have all the fun. Text line's 304-523-2275. That's 304-523-2275. That's our text line. Take advantage of it. If you're on Twitter, you can find me at Paul Swann. Looking forward to talking to you. More coming up. It's The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930. Presented by Huntington Federal Savings Bank.
Welcome back to the Thursday, March 24th edition, The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. We are taking your phone calls, 877-420-TALK. It's 877-420-8255. Our text line is open this hour as well, 304-523-2275. One more time, 304-523-2275. Be excited. We got softball action coming up. Taking on the Rice Owls, 3-game set coming up this weekend. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, the Friday contest is going to be at 3 p.m. Saturday is going to be set for 1 p.m., and then Sunday is going to be at 11 a.m. The Herd would like to bounce back, trying to I apologize. That's the baseball schedule. We'll start there. Softball is playing on the weekend as well, but that was the baseball schedule. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the Marshall men's baseball team. The Herd's looking pretty good, actually. I mean, they're 11-9, right? 11-9-1. Got to put that 1 in. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. 1-2 in conference play, so they got the Rice Owls. I apologize. That was softball has got Middle Tennessee. I got my two mixed up here. 3-game set. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, Friday is going to be at 3 p.m., Saturday, 1 p.m., Sunday, 11 a.m. That's going to be out the Y. The WVU game is rescheduled. It was set for March 22nd at 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. in Morgantown. So that has been rescheduled for April 6th at 6:30 p.m. So April 6th, 6:30 p.m. Should be a good contest. We got to get Coach on. We're trying to get Coach on. We're going to try to do that maybe next week, maybe Monday. So we're going to get Coach on, talking a little bit about his squad, the weekend, talk a little bit about what he has been able to ascertain about the future of the baseball project with the stadium. I'm interested to talk to him more than anybody, just because I'm sure he's had more higher-level conversations with Christian Spears. I'm assuming, anyway. I would think he's definitely in the loop on things. Has to be, as far as this baseball stadium's concerned. And of course, we had that conversation a few days ago, and there's really haven't been like really major moves, nothing yet. And why would there be? But I'm interested to see where he's thinking about it, and I'm curious as well. What kind of facility? Now, obviously, any kind of facility will be an upgrade, but what kind of facility does Marshall baseball need to be successful and to elevate the program? You need a facility, and then you want to be successful. I mean, what do you need? Because you're going to have a really great facility to compete with some of the other facilities in the Sun Belt, and you want to be successful because if they being the university, if the university is making this investment into this program, you want it to be successful. I mean, let's be realistic. We're not doing this just out of the kindness of our hearts. Let's be fair here. We're not doing these things solely because we think they're great guys and we just want to give them a great field to play on. No, we're not solely doing that. We're doing it because you want them to be winners. You want them to win things. You want them to be successful. If you didn't care about the ultimate success, like, hey, you're giving you a scholarship, here's a bat, here's some balls, have a good time of it. We're really not counting win and losses here. No, don't care. Have a good time. No, you're making this investment because, one, you want the program to be successful. You want the student athletes to find success. You want to give them the tools to be successful. But also you're making this investment so they can be successful. You want success. That's the return on investment, the success. Here, we're giving you a fast car. Compete in this race. We didn't care if you won the race. We give you here's a Chevy. Go race an Indy with a Chevy. Here's a Tesla. Go race in NASCAR with a Tesla. Be interesting. That would be. If you get one of those things and get up really high, you wouldn't have to chart. You wouldn't have to top that thing off. I've seen actually, not to really go off too far, but I've already seen the open wheel where they're doing electric cars, and so when they pit, they hop in a second car and go. That's if you're wanting to push the technology, racing is probably going to be the way to push that technology. So I definitely think there's a place for it. But back to my original point here, you put the investment in because you want to see results. All right. Texter writes, Cirque, did you text the program? Ryan, did you text the program? Seriously.
I promise you I did not.
Okay, you didn't text the program. Did your friends text the program?
No. So what does it say?
Texter writes, I'm watching USA versus Mexico World Cup qualifier tonight. The drama, rivalry, qualification still on the line. Redemption for Pulisic. Did I say that right? Pulisic, okay. Thank you. Redemption for Pulisic. I know that is. After the failure to qualify 4 years ago, there will be plenty more NCAA games to watch. This is the last U.S.-Mexico World Cup qualifier for at least the next 8 years. Now, first of all, the texter, if this is not you, Cirque, sold it better to me than you sold it to me. The drama, rivalry, qualification still on the line, failure to qualify 4 years ago, last time that these two teams will meet for at least the next 8 years, U.S.-Mexico World Qualifier. I mean, they'll meet, but not in a qualifier. Take notes. If you're going to sell this to me here, I got to check this. Are you sure this is what maybe the Grassy? Is this Grassy texting in? Okay. I think I'm being had here, man. I think I'm being had. You set me up.
I didn't do anything, but whoever the texter is a very smart person.
I mean, it's a well-written text. It's very eloquent. It's real. That's one thing. Okay, is it Grassy? Is it Swann?
Who knows?
Is it Pedro?
I did not funnel anything into the system, so that is a pure thought.
All right. Text lines open, 304-523-2275, 304-523-2275. All right. More coming up. Your text included. Are you watching USA versus Mexico World Qualifier tonight? World Cup Qualifier. That's coming up. Tonight, are you watching it? Or are you doing what most of us are doing, watching the NCAA tournament? More coming up. It's The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930. Brought to you by Huntington Federal Savings Bank, the local bank that's here for every step of your life's journey. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Thursday, March 24th edition. It's The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Our text line is still open at 304-523-2275. 304-523-2275. The phone line as well. Brought to you this hour by White Claw at 877-420-TALK. That's 877-420-8255. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday edition. We've got March Madness action coming up tonight right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930 as the West Regional and the South Regional continue. Out in the West, Arizona is in the South. Out West, Arizona is in the South. What gives? That's a West team. Now, they're in the South region. Houston, Arizona, coming up tonight. That's going to be 9:59 p.m. in Michigan and Villanova. It's going to be 7:29 p.m. That's the South region. In the West, it's going to be Arkansas and Gonzaga, 7:09 p.m. And then Texas Tech and Duke. That's 9:39 p.m. All those games will have coverage of all of those games right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm looking forward to it tonight. And, of course, we'll do it again on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then next week we'll have the Final Four and the National Championship. That'll be Saturday. Final Four is going to be next Saturday. And then the Final Four will be earlier in the day as we'll have those two games. And then we'll wrap it all up the following Monday. And then, thankfully, opening day won't be until, for us, the 7th. That's the one thing. That's the one good thing about it. We don't have to worry about basketball and opening day all the same day. So, thankfully, I know you hate lockouts. I do too. But that's the one good thing. Opening day, a few days past the usual traditional day. And I'm okay with that. And we'll have that for you as well, with the Pittsburgh Pirates right here on, you got the place, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. On social media, Jeremy Dillon making it official. We had talked about him entering the transfer portal. He tweeted out earlier today with a lot of thought put in, I would like to announce that I am entering the transfer portal. I am entering this with an open mind to anything. Thank you, Herd Nation, with the prayer emoji. So good luck to him as Dan D'Antoni will be back. Hopefully, we'll see a rejuvenated team. Maybe a new look team. Maybe Dan's going to surprise us all. We'll see how basketball. I feel like there's going to be a slight restructuring there. Just talking to Christian Spears, I feel like there's not going to be a drastic overhaul, but I feel like there's going to be a strong, serious restructuring of how things are done. Or you're going to have someone who has a little bit more direct influence on certain aspects. I feel that might be a good thing. Okay, you're going to be handling recruiting. You're handling player development. You're obviously coaching the team. That was, I got a lot out of that conversation with Christian Spears. And hopefully next week we'll get a chance to get some more stuff out of him. And that's coming up next week. But, of course, if you missed it earlier in the week, you can go back and catch it on our podcast. All you have to do is search for The Drive with Paul Swann on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. And if you're also on one of those platforms and you use it on a regular basis, if you give me a follow as well, you don't have to go looking for it. It'll come to you when it's ready. So I would appreciate that as well. As we mentioned earlier, softball in action coming up as well. Taking on Middle Tennessee. That's going to be at the Dot. That's also a 3-game series. And game 1's going to be set for 1 o'clock on Friday. So that's coming up tomorrow. If you get an afternoon, you take a longer lunch, maybe you can head over to the Dot, catch a little softball. Marshall coming into this one 16-9, but 0-3 in conference play. The Blue Raiders are 15-15, and they're a little bit better in league play at 2-1. And this is actually going to be the first time that Middle Tennessee has been in Huntington since 2018. That's an interesting factoid there. So this will be the final season of Marshall playing Middle Tennessee as a conference foe. That'll be the first time that we've seen Middle Tennessee and Huntington for several years. It should be a fun one. That's coming up again starting 1 o'clock on Friday. So if you have an opportunity, head on over to the Dot. You got a chance to maybe take a late lunch and you can take it a little longer. I'm not advocating leaving work early. I'm not advocating that. I'm not setting a bad example here for you. But if you've got a moment, check it out. Softball team in action taking on Middle Tennessee, and that's coming up tomorrow. All right, we're going to take our final break, come back. We will get some of your phone calls in. And I want to get your thoughts on everything we've touched on today, including USA Soccer. Text line is 304-523-2275. That's 304-523-2275. Final segment coming up. It's The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930. Presented by Huntington Federal Savings Bank.
Final segment of today's edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Paul Swann. The phone number brought to you by White Claw. It's 877-420-TALK. That's 877-420-8255. With our text line open at 304-523-2275. That's 304-523-2275. We've got NCAA basketball action tonight, World Cup qualifier action tonight. I haven't really even checked in on any of the other minor tournaments. I know spring exhibition, spring training, whatever you want to call that, baseball is going on. We're so close right now. We're going to have April's going to be a great month. We'll be right out of the NCAA tournament. We'll get baseball back. We'll also, some programs are already wrapping up. Some programs are continuing on. Marshall is one of those programs that will be holding practice. Yeah, that'll be mostly in April. No determination yet on when and where, when being the time and where being the location the spring game will be. As soon as we get that information, we'll pass it along to you. So no determination just yet. I know some of you have advocated maybe do it inside the indoor practice facility. I mean, I've seen action in there, and it's pretty neat. But if you're trying to encourage a larger crowd, I don't know if that's your venue. I don't know if that's where I want to have that. It's a strong possibility. But do you want to have, and again, you're doing this because you're going to have new turf, and that's going to be a little bit more important. You got to get it done. Are you sitting there thinking, why can't they do this afterwards? Put this turf down afterwards, and I can't answer that question. Scheduling, I can't answer that question. All honestly here, just you got to get it. You get it when you can get it. Pretty much, when you install it in order, you put it in when you can get it. But where should Marshall hold this thing? Are you looking for convenient and close by? Convenient and close by. Are we talking about the indoor practice facility? Are we talking about, would a high school field be okay for one time? You could go and you could take this up on the hill. You could play at Huntington High School. I mean, it's a possibility. I'm not saying that's where it's going to happen. I'm saying you could do that. That's a possibility. Take one of the. I mean, do you play it in Charleston? Do you head to the Greenbrier? I mean, you want to be able to go to this thing. I mean, the whole idea here is to have an opportunity for your fans to come to this game. Will the majority of fans that will go to this be traveling to Huntington, or will the majority of the people that want to go to this be in Huntington? That's the big question here. And will that group travel? So I'm interested where this is going to ultimately be held. I don't have any inside knowledge on the plans here. Indoor practice facility could be a logical place to have it. You're not going to get that many people in there, but it could be a logical place to have it. You could also have it one of the many high school fields. I mean, the high school fields are pretty good, depending on the program. Parking might not be fantastic at a few of these places. Yeah, I don't know if you want to. Do you want to hold it in Charleston? Maybe a special be in the Kanawha Valley? I mean, do you want to maybe think out of the box and say, look, let's have it at the Greenbrier? You get to go to the Greenbrier. You make Marshall alum Jim Justice happy. I mean, the NFL practices there. I mean, they've got the facility, so it's not as if it's a shabby place to go practice. Or, I don't know where the or is. Where do you hold this thing? But I would think you want to do it somewhere where you can maximize how many people can come and maximize this exposure. Or you just take it as what it is. Like, okay, it's a final practice. It's in the game structure. We'll have it somewhere close by. Try to host as many fans that want to come as possible. So find a venue close by that can because it's not as if this is not going to be like an Ohio State scrimmage. This isn't going to be like it's Alabama. There will not be a full house. Jones C. Edwards Stadium would not be at capacity for this. One side of the stadium would have a good group of people there, but it would not be capacity to begin with. So I think you can find somewhere, maybe a smaller venue to host this. Or you do the most logical thing, and if that's hosting it on campus in the indoor practice facility, and you make it as fan-friendly as you can. That's the big question there. All right, coming up tonight, don't forget, we've got NCAA basketball action. The men's NCAA regional semifinals begin. In the West region, Arkansas will face off against Gonzaga, and then Texas Tech will face off against Duke. And then in the South region, it'll be Michigan versus Villanova and Houston versus Arizona. Coverage begins tonight. We go on the air with our pregame coverage next. 7:09 will be the first game, and then we will follow those games in order. 7:29 with Michigan versus Villanova, Texas Tech and Duke at 9:39, and then Houston, Arizona, 9:59 p.m. Our coverage tonight, we will take you to the best action. We'll begin with Arkansas and Gonzaga, more than likely end, unless something goes terribly wrong with timing. We'll end with Houston and Arizona, and we'll go back and forth between all the games. You can catch that right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930, and on our sister station, 93.7 The Dog. So I'm looking forward to seeing if I'll know tonight my bracket will take some hits or if it will survive to live another round. That's going to happen tonight for some of us. I'm sure for a lot of us. If Gonzaga loses, a lot of brackets are busted. It's just, at that point, I don't care. I don't care. Bracket's gone. I mean, if I'm a Kentucky fan right now, do I care? Oh yeah, you get that nice little basketball tournament on. Seriously, are you a Kentucky fan? Do you care? Is it over for you? You've moved on. It's baseball. It's baseball season now for Kentucky, right? Baseball season. And Kentucky's a football school anymore. It's getting there. It's seriously getting there. There's a lot more going on with football right now than there is basketball. I'll be quite honest with you. I mean, you're Kentucky. See, I don't know, though. If I'm Kentucky, am I more upset that I got busted in the first round, or would I be upset if I got busted closer to the end? Yeah, see, I think Kentucky fans are more of the, we don't want to get busted, and we don't want to get busted early. You know, we want to roll every year through this thing. Me, on the other hand, is like, if I can't win, yeah, okay, that's the wrong strategy. If you're actually a team in the tournament, that's the wrong strategy. You're playing to win the game. That's the right strategy. You're playing to win the game. Me is just as an observer. And meaningless little things like the bracket pool, fantasy sports, meaningless things that have no ultimate value other than for my own personal edification, to know that my random dudes performed better than someone else's random dudes. I mean, seriously, we have, and I do not participate, we have people in this building that are playing fantasy NASCAR. Fantasy NASCAR. Seriously. I scratch my head at that. Like, really? I'm not going to lie. I did try that maybe 20 years ago. And at that time, I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? So you draft your driver. Okay, what if my driver's terrible? I have no chance here. I mean, can I get Jimmy Johnson? I mean, yeah, I don't know. Is Junior still racing? Can I get him? Can I get Dale Earnhardt Jr.? Is Jeff Gordon still racing? Can I get him? Those are, I mean, I don't know. Give me a NASCAR driver name. I don't have one. I don't know. Tony Stewart still racing? Okay, probably not. That's going to do it for this edition. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate everyone hanging out with us. So we'll do it again tomorrow here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
WRBC Huntington, W231BS Huntington, broadcasting from the Oscars Breakfast Burgers and Brew Studios. This is ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.